Fuck. Come on. Fuck you, game.
So, in today's video, my challenge was to find the best password. But is it really that difficult? Let's find out. It starts with some easy rules, like to have at least 5 characters, to include a number, or to have a special character. But that's the easy part. There are 35 rules that I need to fulfill in order for the password to be approved. On rule number 5, it starts to get more complicated. We need the numbers that we have added in the password so far to add to 25. Easy enough, right? At least for now, yes. In rule number 7, we add the Roman numeral, and in number 8, we need to add the name of one of the sponsors in the screen. We add Pepsi, but then for rule number 9, we need the Roman numerals to multiply to 35. We add the captcha in our password, and we correct the rule number 5, but have in mind that it will make our life difficult for the whole video. After the first 10 requirements, we need to add today's Wordle answer. The issue is that I have no idea what Wordle is. After googling it and checking what it needs to be done, I spent the next 5 to 10 minutes trying to solve it, only to get the answer wrong and for the game to give me the answer by its own. Ah, come on. The first 10 minutes that I lost for this game. After today's Wordle answer, we get to a point that the 2-letter symbol from the periodic table is needed. This game has a lot of research and a lot of window switching to find most of the answers. Next rule is to have the current phase of the moon. As an emoji, I mean, okay. Rule 14 is like the game GeoGuessr. I have to find the country that the image is showing and to add it to the password. The most difficult part for me though is about to come. Rule number 15. I have to find the best move in algebraic chess notation for the image given. Have in mind that I have never even tried to play chess. After some research, I managed to force past this rule, but spoiler alert, it will be needed again in the future. We add Paul, the egg, in the password. We find what other element atomic numbers we can add in order for them to add 200. We break some part of the code, but we manage to correct it. We make all the vowels bold, but then a fire started and
Wait,
was buried
what?
in the password.
What's going on?
Almost everything was erased, so I had to complete every step again, but it was faster now as I knew the answers. We add some strength to the password and one of the following affirmations, and then all of a sudden, Paul is hatched. But now I have to remember to feed him 3 worms every minute in order for him to not starve. I fill in the URL of the video that the game wanted, but then I forgot about Paul, and he starved to death.
Fuck.
Maybe you can start over. It won't be that difficult, right? Right?
A few minutes later.
Remember when I told you that I forced my way through the previous try? Well, I tried doing it now again, but it was not that easy. So after literally 30 minutes of me trying to learn how to play chess, I managed to understand the basics and pass this rule. So, on to the next steps. This time I was ready to face Paul. I had the best strat, to add 100 worms so I do not have to remember every minute about him. But the game did not like that. Neither did Paul. And he died because I overfed him.
Come on.
After some more deaths, it was time for me to go much more safe, and so I did by trying to have 3 to 4 worms at the same time. Let's continue then from rule 25. I excluded 2 letters that I cannot use anymore, made some characters italic, changed some fonts, and added the hex code of the song color. By the way, the hex code for the color part was not that easy. I had to inspect the HTML code in order to find which RGB combination used and to translate it into hex. But let's continue. Then, changed the font of some characters and the size again. Added the length of the password, but again, by doing that I was violating the rule number 5, that the numbers should add to 25. The issue here is that I could not change most of the numbers, so I tried to adjust the length of the password. But it was not enough. The only solution that I could think of was to change the color and its hex code so that the numbers that were included there would be smaller. After many attempts, and I mean around 20 minutes of me trying different colors, I passed this step. But the length of the password should be a prime number. This complicated things a lot because I had calculated the numbers of the password to add to 25. After many tries and adjustments, I was finally to rule 35. The current time needed to be added to the password. I changed the time on my PC to 1 o'clock and added it to the password, but in order for the rule number 5 to be correct, I had to spend another 40 minutes trying to find the color with the best hex code fitting my password. And then finally, the challenge was completed. I confirmed that this was my password, and when I was ready to end the video, the game made fun of me by thinking that I could finally rest by asking me to write the password for one more time. The problem is that I did not save the password anywhere, and I couldn't copy it from above. The only way that I could think of to end this torture was to inspect the HTML code from this page and add every character, one by one. I did that and I don't even regret it. The game really wants to test your nerves.
Fuck you, game.
So, this is my final password and it took me only 5 hours. Leave a comment with your thoughts on this game and do not forget to like and subscribe if you do not want for Paul to die from starvation.